Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
And today we're looking at something really interesting,
Yeah.
VR for seniors.
It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, we've got articles, we've
Mm.
got success stories, we've got
Yeah.
even specs. Like we're looking at a specific headset, and it's kind of wild to think about, but all signs point to the fact that VR can really enhance the lives of older adults. So
I think people have this misconception that VR is just for...
totally,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
for gamers,
Yeah.
like teenagers in their basements.
Right, exactly.
But when you really start looking at it, it's like,
It can be a really powerful tool
yeah,
for addressing a lot of the challenges that
Yeah.
seniors face.
and you start thinking about
Yeah.
some of the things that seniors struggle with, like
Isolation.
loneliness.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe active.
yeah, decreased mobility.
Yeah.
Cognitive decline.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, VR can actually address all of these.
All of those things.
Yeah. So, for example,
Yeah.
I was reading about how VR can be used for things like pain management
Oh, absolutely.
and relaxation.
Yeah, just imagine you put on the headset and all of a sudden you're transported to like
Yeah.
a beautiful beach.
A peaceful forest.
Yeah, or even, somewhere that brings back fond memories.
Yeah.
Like a childhood home or something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it can be incredibly powerful for,
Wow.
reducing stress and anxiety and, just kind of taking your mind off of whatever pain you might be experiencing.
That's incredible. And then you think about the social isolation,
Yeah.
which is such a huge
Huge.
problem for seniors.
And actually, what's really interesting is that
Yeah.
it's not just about, virtual connections. A lot of people think, oh, well, VR, that's just, people in their own little world.
Right.
But what we're seeing is that it can actually facilitate real world connections as well. Like imagine a senior living community where
Yeah.
residents can, put on these headsets and attend a virtual concert together
Yeah.
or go on a virtual field trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or even participate in, group exercise classes in a virtual environment. So it's really kind of blurring the lines between the virtual and the real.
I love that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
creating these opportunities for, shared experiences and real human connection.
Yeah. And there's finding that it actually reduces loneliness
Absolutely.
and increases engagement and even improves cognitive function in some cases. So.
Yeah. There's some really compelling research
There is.
coming out about the benefits of VR for seniors.
And I love some of these stories. Like we've got this one from Maplewood Senior Living where they've integrated
Oh, yeah.
VR into their program, and they're seeing amazing
Yeah, they're seeing amazing results.
results. Like residents are just,
Yeah.
they're happier, they're more engaged,
They're more engaged.
they're more connected to their community,
Yeah. And they're feeling less isolated,
less isolated, yeah.
which is huge.
And then there's that story about John Knox Village in Florida where seniors are like flying fighter jets and visiting Paris
Yeah, can you imagine?
in VR.
I'm getting up there in years, and I would love to,
Right.
hop in a fighter jet or, go back to Paris.
Right.
VR can make those things possible.
Yeah, and it's not just,
Yeah,
a fun experience. It's like bringing back
it's bringing back.
a sense of adventure and excitement
Yeah, and purpose.
and purpose to their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to think that not that long ago, this would have sounded like
Oh, yeah.
something
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
a science fiction movie,
Absolutely.
and now it's like a reality, and it's becoming more and more accessible.
Yeah. And speaking of accessible,
Yeah.
that's actually a perfect segue because
Oh, right.
we have some information on a new VR headset that's
Yeah.
making waves.
The MetaQuest 3S
The MetaQuest 3S.
Yeah.
That's the one that's getting all the buzz.
that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, and it's being touted as the most
But
budget-friendly...
Budget-friendly mixed reality headset.
Mixed reality headset.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let's break that down for a minute
All right.
because I think it's important to understand what we mean by mixed reality.
So
Because it's not just virtual reality.
it's not just VR.
It's a little bit different. So
Okay.
in simple terms,
Yeah.
mixed reality means you can blend the virtual world
Okay.
with your real surroundings.
Well, like,
So it's not like you're completely shut off
got it.
from the real world when you're wearing the headset.
Okay, so I can
And-
still see
Yeah.
my living room,
Exactly.
but then there's like
You might also see
Fun.
digital stuff
Yeah.
layered.
you might see virtual objects
Oh,
or
well.
characters appearing in your living room.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
very
same.
immersive and interactive experience.
Yeah, like more immersive than just being...
Transported somewhere.
Exactly. And the Quest 3S has this really cool feature called pass-through.
Pass through.
which allows you to do just that.
Oh.
So it basically uses cameras on the outside of the headset to show you your surroundings, but in full color.
In full color.
So you can seamlessly transition between the virtual and real world.
So I could be like walking through a museum in VR.
Exactly.
But then I need to like check on something in my house.
You can just quickly switch to pass-through.
And I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then switch right back to the virtual experience.
That is really cool.
And the Quest 3S actually has an improved pass-through feature.
Oh, even better.
Compared to previous versions. It's supposed to be much clearer and more realistic.
I'm intrigued now.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this Quest 3S. Like, what makes it so special?
Okay, so...
It's for starters.
It's the most affordable headset in Meta's lineup. It's coming in at a very reasonable price, which makes it much more accessible, for seniors and their families who might be on a fixed income.
It's a good point because these things can be expensive.
Yeah, VR headsets can be pricey. So this is really kind of a game changer in terms of affordability.
Affordability, okay.
And what's great is that it doesn't skimp on features. Okay. It still has a sleek design. Mm-hmm. It's lighter than the Quest 3.
Oh.
And it retains all the smooth performance and mixed reality capabilities of its pricier counterpart.
A lot for your money.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck.
So it's comfortable.
It is comfortable.
To wear, I mean, that's a big thing for
comfort is key.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, especially if they're going to be using it for, longer periods of time.
Yeah.
So the Quest 3S has been designed with that in mind.
What about, like, the user experience?
Yeah.
Like, is it easy for seniors to use?
Yeah, it's actually one of the things that makes it so senior-friendly.
Okay.
Is it's very intuitive and easy to use.
So I don't have to be like a computer programmer?
No, you don't have to be a tech whiz.
Okay.
It's very easy to navigate. The controllers are designed to be ergonomic and comfortable to hold. So even for seniors with, arthritis or limited dexterity, it's very user-friendly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
to make it even better.
Even easier.
It also supports 2D apps.
Like what kind of apps?
Like, things like YouTube and Facebook.
So I can still watch YouTube videos in the headset.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
So it's not like you have to completely abandon all your other forms of entertainment.
It's the best of both worlds.
It's the best of both worlds.
And so seniors can really stay...
You can stay connected.
Yeah, stay entertained.
And entertained and really, just kind of enjoy all the benefits that VR has to offer.
I love it. So we've got this affordable headset that's easy to use. It's got all these amazing features.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
It's accessible.
And it seems like it's really opening up a whole new world.
A whole new world of possibilities.
Of possibilities for seniors.
It really is.
And this is just scratching the surface.
Yeah. We've only just begun to explore the potential of VR for seniors.
And we're going to dive deeper.
And we're going to get into some even more fascinating examples.
Amazing real-world examples.
Of how VR is being used to make a difference.
I'm excited.
In the lives of older adults.
To hear about them.
Stay tuned.
Stay with us. I mean, it's pretty remarkable to think that just putting on a headset can open up so many possibilities, especially for seniors who maybe are facing some limitations.
Absolutely.
Due to age or health conditions.
And what's really exciting is that it's not just about escaping into these virtual worlds, VR can actually have tangible benefits for their physical and cognitive well-being.
Yeah, we were talking about therapeutic applications before.
Yeah.
And I'm really fascinated by the use of VR in memory care.
Oh, it's amazing.
You can use VR to transport someone with dementia back to their childhood home.
Yeah.
Or a familiar place from their past.
It's like a virtual time machine.
It is.
Allowing them to reconnect with those memories.
And those emotions.
And emotions.
Yeah, and it's not just about reminiscing either. It's about stimulating those parts of the brain.
It can actually help to slow cognitive decline.
Yeah, there was a study that I was reading about where they used VR to help seniors with Alzheimer's. And they actually found that the participants who went through the VR program had better memory recall.
Right.
And improved cognitive function overall.
It's really remarkable how VR can tap into those deep-seated memories and emotions and provide a sense of comfort
and connection
to the past.
Yeah, especially for those struggling with memory loss.
Yeah,
it can really be a lifeline to their sense of identity.
Absolutely.
Self-worth.
It gives them a way to hold on to those precious memories.
Yeah,
and keep them alive in a way that might not be possible otherwise.
And speaking of keeping things alive, let's talk about how VR can help seniors
Yeah.
stay physically active,
Oh, yeah.
even if their mobility is limited.
Absolutely.
We've already touched on those virtual exercise programs.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many other ways VR can be used to encourage movement.
Like, there are VR games that require you to get up and move around and use your body.
Yeah, it's like tricking them into exercising.
It makes exercise fun.
Yeah.
It feels more like a game than a chore.
Exactly.
And that can be really motivating for seniors.
And there's that social aspect as well.
Oh, yeah?
You know, being able to connect with other people online.
A lot of these programs allow you to, work out with friends.
Yeah.
Or join group fitness classes.
All from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah. It's a great way to stay connected and motivated.
I was reading about a program where they were using VR to teach seniors Tai Chi.
Oh, wow.
Which is really cool.
That's a great example of how VR can introduce seniors to new activities and hobbies that they might never have considered otherwise.
Exactly.
It's all about breaking down those barriers and empowering them to explore new things.
And VR can also play a role in rehabilitation.
Oh, absolutely.
After injuries or surgeries.
We were talking about that earlier.
It can be used in physical therapy.
Yeah.
To help seniors regain mobility and strength.
Instead of just doing those repetitive exercises, which can be kind of boring.
Yeah.
A senior recovering from a stroke, for example, could use VR to simulate everyday tasks.
Oh, wow.
Like reaching for objects or walking upstairs.
So they're getting that real-world practice.
Exactly.
But in a safe environment.
In a safe and controlled environment.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine that can be really good for their confidence, too.
Absolutely.
As they're working towards regaining their independence.
It's about making the recovery process more engaging and effective.
And it's not just the physical aspect either.
No.
VR can also address the psychological side of rehabilitation.
Because recovering from an injury or illness can be very isolating. And challenging mentally.
Yeah.
VR can provide a sense of escape and distraction, allowing them to focus on something positive.
A mental break.
Yeah.
From all of those challenges. So it's really addressing the whole person.
It's a holistic approach to well-being.
But of course, it's important to acknowledge that there are also potential drawbacks.
Of course.
And challenges with VR.
It's not a magic bullet.
Right.
Not everyone is comfortable with technology.
Right.
Some seniors might experience motion sickness or other side effects.
You have to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
And we don't want anyone to feel pressured
to
use VR if it's not right for them.
Exactly. It's all about finding what works best for each individual.
And it's really important to make sure that the VR experiences are tailored to their needs and preferences.
Someone with limited mobility, for instance, might need a different type of headset or controller.
And some seniors might just prefer shorter sessions.
Right.
Or less visually stimulating experiences.
Exactly. And that's where caregivers and family members can really play a role.
Yeah.
Making sure that the VR experiences are safe.
And enjoyable.
And enjoyable for everyone.
And we have to remember that it's still a relatively new technology.
Yeah.
There's still a lot we're learning.
We're still learning about the long-term effects.
Yeah. So it's important to be cautious.
Absolutely.
And informed.
And stay informed.
But even with those considerations in mind, the potential benefits are pretty undeniable.
The potential is huge.
It's really an exciting time.
It is.
To be exploring.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
All the possibilities.
And it's an exciting time to be aging.
So let's shift gears a bit and dive into some real-world examples.
Let's hear some stories.
Yeah, of how VR is being used to make a difference.
To make a real difference.
In the lives of seniors. All right, so let's get into some of these real-world examples.
Yeah.
Because I think they really highlight, what we've been talking about.
It's one thing to talk about the potential, but when you see it in action, it really brings it to life.
So one of the stories that really stood out to me was the one about John Knox Village in Florida.
That's a great example.
Where they've incorporated VR.
They've really embraced VR.
Into their activities.
And the residents are loving it.
Yeah, they're like flying fighter jets.
They're going to Paris.
And traveling to Paris.
It's incredible.
It's amazing.
And what's really cool is that they're not just having fun. They're actually seeing some real benefits.
Like they're reporting reduced feelings of isolation.
And loneliness.
Increased engagement.
Yeah.
They're feeling more connected to their community.
And some of them are even rediscovering old passions.
Yes.
Or exploring new ones.
It's so cool.
It's like VR is giving them a new lease on life.
It is.
It's reminding them that,
Yeah.
age is just a number.
You're never too old.
You can still have adventure.
To have an adventure.
You can still learn new things.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be these grand adventures either.
Oh, not at all.
We talked about the therapeutic applications,
Mm-hmm.
and there are some really amazing stories
Mm-hmm.
about how VR is being used for pain management and
Yeah.
relaxation.
It's just imagine being able to escape to a tropical beach or a peaceful forest whenever you want.
Yeah.
Just by putting on a headset.
It's like a virtual vacation.
It is. It's a virtual vacation.
That's no pain.
And it can be incredibly effective.
There was an article I read
Yeah.
about a senior center that was using VR for pain management.
Mm-hmm.
And the participants were reporting significant reductions in their pain level.
It's really remarkable.
And when you're not in pain, you're more likely to be...
You're more likely to want to get out there and do things.
Yeah.
You're more likely to be social.
And VR can also help with anxiety and stress.
Oh, absolutely.
Which are big issues.
Huge issues for seniors.
Especially those facing health challenges.
So it's really about improving their overall quality of life.
And it's not just about, making them feel better.
It's about giving them the tools.
It's about giving them
to live their best lives.
The tools they need to thrive.
Exactly.
And it's so inspiring to see how VR is being used to do that.
It's really a testament to human ingenuity.
Yeah.
And compassion.
I love that.
And I think as the technology continues to evolve,
it's only going to get better.
It's going to become even more accessible.
And we're going to see even more amazing applications emerge.
I can't wait to see what the future holds.
I'm already imagining VR programs tailored to specific interests.
Oh, yeah.
Like virtual book clubs.
Virtual travel groups.
Virtual travel groups.
The possibilities are endless.
They really are.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
I
want to leave you with a sense of hope and excitement.
About the future.
About the future of aging.
Yes.
Because VR has the potential
to completely transform the way we age.
It can help us stay active and engaged, connected to our loved ones, and it can help us live longer,
happier lives.
So thank you for joining us on this journey.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
We hope you've learned something new.
And we hope you're as excited as we are about the future of VR for seniors.